Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about don't contact her. Okay, so the only time you should contact an ex, the only time you should contact a woman that may have rejected you is to apologize to her for any sort of like bad behavior on your part. Now, if you've already done that sort of thing, then you don't need to apologize again. So let's say with your ex broke up with you, you got dumped, but there was something that you did to contribute to that, whether it was big or small, and you feel like there's an apology warranted. Like if you haven't already, then you probably do need to apologize to your ex for your part in the breakup and for the reasons perhaps that they've broken up with you. But you shouldn't do that if you have already done that. Okay, if you've already apologized to them, if when the breakup happened you already said sorry for whatever it is that you may have done, and this is only if you did actually do something wrong. Right? If you didn't do anything wrong, then of course you don't need to apologize. But if you did and you haven't apologized, then you need to apologize for it. Okay, but only do so if you haven't done so already. So if you're interested in how to get an ex back, or if you're interested in maybe reattracting a crush that may have rejected you or something like that, then I would highly recommend that you watch my or listen to my audio version of a PDF that I created called How to Get Your Ex Back, because that goes into the no contact rule, how to apply that. And it's something that I'm going to be asking people to refer to if they are still doing no contact and are hoping to get their exes back. So please go and check that out if you haven't done so already. Okay, so if you are having problems then with not contacting her, because sometimes I see people that are struggling with these problems a lot, especially if it's someone that they really liked that suddenly lost interest in them, or it was an ex that broke up with them, and they really, really didn't want the breakup to happen. Sometimes, if you're really, really into someone, it can be very difficult to have the self-control to not message them and to not break no contact. So if you do have problems with self-control, then one of the best things you can do, especially if you don't really have the inner strength right now, and that is to just find a way to distract yourself the best way possible. Take extra shifts at work. Distract yourself when you are at home, working on projects that you're interested in, searching up topics that you're interested in. Perhaps you buy a few books or you get some audiobooks that you're interested in listening to. Find a way to distract yourself so you can keep your mind off of it, so you don't break no contact, basically. So that's another one. And of course, you have to become mentally tougher, because if you're having trouble with your self-restraint in these kinds of circumstances, then you need to become a little bit more mentally tougher. Now, because if you struggle with that sort of thing where you can't help yourself, you probably have issues that are similar but in different scenarios. Like perhaps you don't have the self-control around certain types of foods, perhaps, as well. Or it could be you can't help yourself when it comes to overindulgence in other things, like perhaps playing too many video games. So becoming mentally tougher will help with that. So the way that you become mentally tougher is by putting yourself in situations where you're a bit uncomfortable and doing that every single day. Now, I don't mean doing something dangerous like jumping off of a building or anything like that, making yourself feel uncomfortable in that way. I mean doing stuff that you don't really like to do, but you should be doing those things. Okay, so we all have like a list of things that we know we should be doing every single day, but sometimes we're like, I really can't be bothered to do that today, I'm just gonna watch TV. Don't do that. Okay, start doing things every day that makes you feel uncomfortable, that you should be doing, that especially are good, those things are good for you. If there's something like for example, exercise, we all know, everybody knows they should be getting, at least 3 sessions of some sort of cardiovascular exercise every week, right? Also, we also know that we should be doing some sort of resistance training, and also making sure that we do some sort of form of yoga as well, so we can give our bodies a good stretch. Like, we all know we should be doing things like that. We all know we should be eating the right things as well. So if you want to start getting mentally tougher, you need to keep on putting yourself in situations that make you feel a bit uncomfortable, but you know it's for your greater good. Okay, and that's how you become mentally tougher over time. Okay, so you might even have some bigger goals, that you want to achieve that will help you become more mentally tough. Like perhaps you already do a lot of things like exercise and such, but perhaps then maybe you need to go out of your routine and maybe do something a bit more strenuous, maybe a bit different. Like for example, perhaps you're a runner, right, and you do like half marathons, but you've only ever done half marathons. So now you sign yourself up to do full marathons, like things like that. Do something that kind of stretches you past your comfort zone, right? Because sometimes, if we live in a very comfortable way, and we're not really going out of our comfort zones, it can make us weak, and it can therefore make us susceptible to having weaker mentalities when it comes to love and relationships, and not being able to help ourselves and be able to follow through with the no contact rule and things like that. So that's what I recommend for that, okay? Finding a way to stretch past your comfort zone. Because also as well, that's going to make you feel so good about yourself if you do things like that. Like if you're stretching past your comfort zone and you're doing things every day that are good for you, but it kind of makes you feel a bit uncomfortable, that's going to do wonders for your self-esteem. Because, what you want is you want to be able to be alone by yourself and be able to like who you are. Not in an egotistical way, but like you should be at least, sort of have some sort of form of pride over who you are. Again, it doesn't mean that you're egotistical about it. It just means that you're happy and you're content with what you're doing with your life. So you feel really good because you exercised and you follow through with that. That helps. Let's say you're trying harder at work and therefore you're getting recognized and you're getting promoted or something like that, then that may help you, give you a boost of confidence and make you feel good about yourself. If you've got things that you're trying to work towards, if you've got goals, if you've got some things that you want to learn, perhaps you've got some skills that you want to harness, like perhaps you always wanted to learn how to play a guitar and you've started the process of doing that, that's going to make you feel good about yourself. Things like that. Find a way to make yourself feel proud of yourself, because that's going to really, really make the difference, and it's going to make you feel a lot better about yourself, because we all need to feel better about ourselves, okay? So you might as well start taking action on things that are important to you that you should be doing, right? Because that's one of the ways that you're going to become much more mentally tougher, okay? So you got to stick to the no contact rule. If you don't have the mental strength right now, then find a way to distract yourself, okay? Because it's not going to help, right? It's just going to make the situation worse if you contact her, and it's going to make you feel bad about yourself as well, because if you've gone into no contact and you vowed basically to not contact her ever again, but then you do, it just goes against what you've promised to yourself. It goes against your own personal integrity, and that is never going to help your self-esteem. It's just going to make you feel worse about yourself, and I don't want you to feel worse about yourself. I want you to feel better about yourself. So do something today that makes you feel good. Do something today that makes you feel proud of who you are, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you would like to get in touch with me personally and you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.